what's up everybody? Welcome to Just My 2 Cents. I'm super excited to be coming back to you all today with another video. So today we will be talking about why I decided to cancel my Philo subscription. So before we jump right into all of that, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. And at the end of the video, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you leave a comment down below. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. And before I discuss why I decided to cancel Philo, I do want to start with a quick review of Philo. So if you are interested in getting a very in-depth understanding what Philo is and some of the great things that it has to offer, make sure that you click the link above. And in that particular video, I give a really detailed review of Philo and some of the great things that this particular streaming service has to offer. Now, with that being said, let's talk about my overall experience with this particular streaming service. Honestly, I don't have a lot of negative things to say about Philo. I have really enjoyed the streaming service. I enjoyed not only paying only $20 a month for this particular streaming service before tax, and then $21 and some change after tax. But I also enjoyed just the plethora of channels that it was able to offer for that low amount of money a month. And it always was making sure that it added more channels to it and that it was giving you the best experience as possible. So would I still recommend Philo today? Yes. However, I decided to cancel Philo because of these 3 reasons. The first reason I decided to cancel Philo was simply because it had extremely long commercial breaks. I'll be real. That's one of the reasons why I really enjoy either Hulu or Netflix. With Netflix, it's no commercials at all. And with Hulu, the most amount of commercials that you probably will get, or that I usually get, is about 3 commercials. For the most part, when I watch Hulu, I get around 2 commercials, but if they're really trying to push a certain type of advertisement, then usually I would get maybe 3 commercials, and that's like a minute and a half. However, with Philo, a lot of the times I would see that these commercial breaks will last up to 3 and 5 minutes. And to me, I know that in order for Philo to keep their expense low for their customers in the $20 range, they have to have a certain amount of advertisements, because advertisements are a good way to offset the cost. However, one time I was watching a particular show and it said a 5-minute commercial break, because sometimes it will do like a countdown of how many seconds or minutes you have left. And I was like, okay, 5 minutes, that's a little strange. And so on another instance, the same thing happened. It was about 5 minutes for that particular commercial break. And this kind of became a routine thing. And I'm not sure if other people have noticed this or if you really enjoy the commercials. But as I stated, watching commercials to me, sometimes it's okay if it's like a quick commercial break. But when you have those long extended commercial breaks like what you see on Philo, then I get a little annoyed, because to be honest, I just want to watch my show. Maybe, we can throw in a commercial or 2 here and there. But for the most part, my goal is to watch the show so I can go and do something else. But this might only be something that I noticed. But if you notice this, please get down in the comments and let me know what you think about this and what was your experience with the commercial breaks with this particular streaming service. Now, my second concern with Philo was that it didn't have a TV guide that you could review while watching a show. Usually you would have to go out of the show to get to the guide. However, usually when you have like cable or other services, I won't name drop in this particular video, you would be able to watch the show that you're watching, and if you decide to watch something different, you'll be able to bring up the guide and the show will play in the background. Or if you're trying to figure out what to watch next without having any interruptions, then you'll be able to bring up the guide and kind of have that already loaded and ready to go once that show is over with. And I really wish that Philo would bring this particular feature to their platform. I know a lot of people who have reviewed Philo have said that this is a concern or this might be a con for them. However, for the most part, I think if Philo was to bring this would definitely put this particular platform on another level. It's already great, but it will make it even better. Now, the main reason why I canceled Philo would be simply because I didn't really watch the service. I will admit that this particular streaming service is awesome. It's a great price, and it has some really awesome shows and channels that it features, as well as the DVR feature is really phenomenal. However, I really didn't watch the streaming service once my shows went off. So for instance, one of my shows had a series finale, and once that went off, I really didn't watch the streaming platform until one of my other shows came on, and once they had their season finale, I didn't really watch the streaming platform a lot. Usually I would always refer to either Hulu or Netflix first, and then use that as like a last resort if I didn't have anything else I was interested in watching on those other two platforms, or if I really just wanted to watch something quick, something that was already on or pre-programmed, then I would click on Philo. I would also use this feature if I had family members come over and they weren't as tech savvy to know how to work Netflix or Hulu, then I would give them the remote and they would be able to work Philo fairly simply. However, Philo was usually the option that I would use if my show was on and I didn't want to wait until it came on Hulu or Netflix, or if a family member was over and they needed a fairly simple streaming service to navigate. Those are really the only two times when I would use Philo for the most part. However, overall, I do think that Philo is a great service. I think that Philo is definitely worth it. I would choose Philo 10 times over trying to sign up for a cable company where you would have to go through all these hoops and hurdles, which I talked about in a previous video. However, I do think that Philo has a lot of pros, and I feel like they are a great streaming service at a great price, and you get so much for $20 a month. However, with me having Netflix and Hulu and having those services for such a long time, they have become like my primary and secondary streaming services, and Philo is definitely, I would say, maybe a close contender to being one that I wouldn't mind having every month. However, with me not using the service as often, I'm like, well, let me save some money in between seasons and pause my account for a little bit, and then when my shows come back on, then I'll reactivate my account and I'll watch Philo for that amount of time, and then when those shows go back off, I'll probably put it on another pause. So with that being said, make sure that you leave your experience with having the streaming service down in the comments below. Tell me about the pros and cons about Philo. If you tried Philo and you got rid of the service, why? Or if you tried Philo and you have enjoyed the service, also put that down in the comment section below. So with that being said, make sure that you go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you go ahead and share this video, that you subscribe, and that you hit the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you can be notified. Also, make sure you leave your comments and your reviews about Philo in the comments below. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.